Welcome, comrades. This is a short information piece regarding flying helicopters for the Red Army of the Heatblur Cold War server. The following, we will be discussing the different strategies you need for the two available helicopters on the red side. But first, let's have a look at what you need to know about the server and how it works. On the Heatblur Cold War server, helicopters are very effective at generating attrition, thus allowing the capturing of enemy sectors. A very good helicopter pilot with some luck can easily clean out and capture a sector in as little as 30 minutes. Let's start with the frontline units you are going to be up against. Frontline units are clusters of 5 units, 4 vehicles in one building in the front side of a sector. They usually don't extend beyond the middle of the enemy sector. Most of the time they will have 1 or 2 AAA units present. They never spawn in forests or inside cities. They can appear at the edges though. You have 3 different types of troops available for you to carry: standard, special forces, and recon. Standard troops can destroy frontline units in a radius of 4 kilometers, but this range is limited by rivers. A single standard squad of 4 soldiers can destroy 2 frontline units. So to completely destroy an outpost, you need 3 scads minimum. They have a short exfil time and cannot take out infrastructure. You can also carry recon squads, each having 2 soldiers and a 12-kilometer range. Recon troops can reveal unit and infrastructure locations within the sector and their radius and are less affected by rivers. They also take considerably longer to recon their area. AL troops can be killed, so be careful not to drop them into enemy fire. If your standard troops destroy a unit, you get credits instantly and get the same amount again when you pick them up. For a full outpost, you get 3 credits when destroyed and another 3 when you pick up your troops. In contrast, if you destroy a unit yourself, you get 1 credit for each kill and get another credit when you land at a friendly airbase. A full outpost, you get 5 credits instantly and another 5 when you land. This makes the Hind one of the fastest to acquire credits, around 40 credits per 30 minutes. The HIP can carry up to 3 standard squads that can destroy up to 6 units. Try dropping off your troops just within the 4-kilometer range. Make sure you drop off your troops on the right side of rivers. Try to position them in a way that they can reach multiple outposts. You are the most visible and vulnerable while landing and being on the ground. The troop pickup range is very large and troop pickup is instantaneous. Because of this, it is not recommended to land when picking up troops. Initially, you won't have any recon information. Try to drop off your recons and first troops inside cities or in forests. On the first drop everything. If you are lucky, you might get a few hits with your standard squad. After the initial drop, head back straight away and pick up another set. This way you don't have to wait around and can move another squad while the other is still deployed. Before joining the server, check the hex map health bars and pick your target sector based on that. Always fly low and as fast as you can, but do not fly so close to the ground that you kick up dust. The HIP can cruise at around 270 kilometers per hour, while the Hind can cruise at 300 kilometers per hour. You are the least visible above treetops and you can dip into the canopy a bit. For the HIP, your most valuable skill is the ability to land fast. The fastest way to land is to do a J-turn, but it is riskier if you don't manage your rotor RPM well. The easiest way is to decelerate slowly in a stairite line. The rule of thumb is below 100 kilometers per hour always descend first and try to decelerate while maintaining 0 vertical speed. Most crashes on landing do not happen because of the vortex ring state. They usually happen due to incorrect load management of the rotor. During heavy deceleration, the rotor is unloaded, but during hover, it is heavily loaded. The engines need time to spool up, and even a small reduction in rotor RPM greatly reduces lift. during hard maneuvering, keep some speed around 100 kilometers per hour that you can use to unload your rotor in a pinch. Another good way to add some extra margin is to do turns to the right, as it needs a higher tail rotor load. And of course, always try to land into the wind. Landing with a tailwind make this phenomenon worse. Trimming is fairly important for multitasking during flight, and the hip has some quirks. The best way, in my opinion, is to turn off the autopilot while trimming, then turn it on again when done. If the autopilot is engaged, it will introduce an offset into the trim. During hard maneuvering, I recommend turning off the autopilot, as it attenuates your control inputs. Don't forget to turn off your external lights and the dust filters when taking off. For the Heen, do not bother with standard troops. You waste a lot of time with landing, and you can't carry enough to be effective. On the other hand, recon is extremely valuable because you can do blind attacks. After recon, you can set up attack runs against outposts and clear them out in a single. The attack run starts 6 kilometers from the outpost while traveling at 300 kilometers per hour. Do a pop-up, slow down to 150 kilometers per hour, engage Petrovich's observe, and fire off 3 missiles.
Target in sight.
Always start with the AAA, then do the armored vehicles. After the last missile, switch to guns, pick off the last unit. Finish, fire 3 to 5 salvos at the building and egress. If you are good with the gun, you can get away with only 2 missiles and snipe the other 2 with the gun. You should get 2 outposts with a single loadout, then head back. If you get away with only 2 missiles per outpost, then you likely can do 3 outposts in a single trip. Make sure you do not fly into the engagement zone of another outpost. Recon is crucial for this. When flying into sectors without recon, be careful, as hills and forests might include outposts.